Day 19, man. Today we talking about John chapter 4. And we talking about the story in the Bible where Jesus revealed himself as the Son of God to the Samaritan woman at the well. And we looking at verses 15 through 20. And these are the verses right before Jesus reveals himself to her as the Son of God. And I want to talk about this because this woman, she reminds me so much of all of us. So let's get into it. The woman said to him, "Sir, give me this water so that I won't get thirsty and have to keep coming here to draw water." He told her, "Go call your husband and come back." "I have no husband," she replied. Jesus said to her, "You are right when you say you have no husband. The fact is, you have had 5 husbands, and the man you now have is not your husband. What you have just said is quite true." "Sir," the woman said, "I can see that you are a prophet. Our ancestors worship on this mountain, but you Jews claim that the place where we must worship is in Jerusalem." Now, what in the world did that question have to do with anything Jesus just asked her? Absolutely nothing. The takeaways from these verses, right before Jesus actually reveals himself to the Samaritan woman, he lets her know that he knows her. He knows all about her and her mess. And that's a lot like us. When we come to Jesus, Jesus convicts us, and he first lets us know that he knows us and all that we've done. And he calls us out on it and calls us to change. But the beautiful thing about that is that God still comes to us. He still is willing to talk to us and give us a chance to reveal himself to us when we in the middle of our mess, when we deep into our sin. Now we gotta know that God loves us as we are. So we gotta be willing to come to him as we are in the middle of our mess. Yeah, he gonna call us out on it. Yeah, he gonna convict us, but he's doing it in love because he wants us to change, and he has the power to change and transform us. We gotta allow him to do it. The next thing is that when we come to Jesus, before he could reveal himself to her, before she could really see him for who he was, he had to pull back all her layers. He had to let her know that she had to change. He had to call her out on her mess. We can't see God for who he is. We can't accept Jesus' power for what it is and let his power work in our life if we still holding on to our past sin, if we haven't first pulled back those layers. And when Jesus called her out, what did this woman do? She tried to change the subject. She asked Jesus something that had nothing to do with nothing. And that's what we do. We run from the call to change. We can't be like that, y'all. We got to accept the call to change. We got to let Jesus pull back all the layers within us and change. Turn away from sin. Let Jesus transform us so his power is free to work in all of us. Y'all, we got to let Jesus do his thing, man. We can't be afraid to let him pull all the layers back.